Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's a chilly one today. Pretty chilly. Not used to the cold weather yet, so still trying to adapt to it. But I like the cold weather. Easier to work in anyways. Ain't sweating your butt off when you're out working. And I also, as was shown in yesterday's video, my mics came in the mail. And yesterday when I was at the show, I was looking up how to use the things. And let's just say I ordered something else. I do not do good with technology. And the mics that I ordered, they were really pricey. And you have to somehow upload your voice footage to your laptop and throw it in with the video. I don't know. I don't know how to do all that technical stuff. I was just wanting them because they're Bluetooth, but I guess I don't know. I don't know how to do it. So I just ordered a $30 mic that plugs into the phone. So hopefully I can figure out how to use that thing, because it should just plug in, and then all the footage should be on the video when I go to play it, instead of having to upload everything and whatnot. But I made it home from the show last night, left everything on my trailer, so I was tired. So it was pretty good. Ate some fish and whatnot. And then came back home and listed little parts on eBay and went to bed. For some reason, I've been pretty lazy. But in today's video, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. The International 826 over here, I pulled it up to the garage, and I was gonna hook it up to the bush hog that I got with the tractor. But this is one thing I just really don't like about Internationals, is the fast hitch. They can't freaking sway out to hook up to the bush hog. So I was gonna put pins in it and whatnot, and it's just a joke. So I'm probably gonna hook this bush hog up to something else and use something else. The IH guys might be thinking, oh, well, Alice had snap coupler. Well, all I have is one snap coupler tractor, and I hook it up to the drill that I have. So they all have their issues or whatever that people don't like about them. But a 100-horse tractor, you think it'd have like 3-point that can sway out to hook up to a bush hog. But, oh well. I'll just hook it up to an Alice and go bush hog. But I guess, I could work on my 220 today, or I could work on the 490 disc I hauled in. Not sure what I'm gonna do today. There's so many projects, and I don't know. I need to also pick up some parts that I listed, some deer parts. I ain't got them put in the barn yet, and whatnot. So I need to put tags on them and get them put in the barn and lay out some more parts. But I guess I'll figure out what I'm gonna do today and pick you guys back up. I just made it home from a little quick run to town, and I figure I'd do a little inventory for you guys since you have asked for it. So I figure I'll give it to you. But on my way home, looks like someone's been out here messing with my junk. So I guess I might have to put some cameras up or something. Huh. Imagine that. Live out in the middle of nowhere and someone has to mess with your junk. That door? Yeah. That door has been closed forever. And yeah, it's open. So ain't that just a dandy. But you guys have asked for like a video about what I part out and what I have parted out and whatnot. So I figure in today's video I will tell you guys all I parted out and whatever. So what I mainly specialize in is the 7000 series Alice's. So that's from the 7000 to the 7580. Which I got a straight 7000 right there. And then right here I got a 7020. And then I got a little bit of what's left of a 7580 over here. In the weeds, but I parted out, shoot, I don't even know how many 7000 series tractors. A ton of them have been 7030s, but I've had them all. So, and all the parts are interchangeable on these tractors for the most part. From the 7000 to the 7020, they have the 301 motors, and then the 7030 to the 7580, they all have the 426 motor. But the 7020 rear end's pretty much the same as all the bigger ones. 7000 has like a 190 rear end under it. But so that's what I mainly specialize in. I've been trying to get pretty heavy into the 6000 series parts. I went all the way to Pennsylvania and picked up this 6080 front wheel assist. I parted out a bunch of the 2-wheel drive ones. This is the only front wheel assist one I've parted. So I'm trying to get into those pretty heavy, and here someday get into the 8000 series, even though they're pretty much all the same parts as the 7000 series. For the most part, there's some stuff that ain't interchangeable, but there's a lot of parts that are. And then I've also parted out tons and tons of the W series, D series, and 100 series. I have a ton of parts on the shelf of all those series. My parts are getting pretty slim on like D19s. All them parts seem to sell pretty quick. But I parted out a ton of D17 gas and diesels. And then some D15s, D14s, stuff like that. And then on like 100 series, I part out a ton of 180s, 185s, 190s, 190 XTs. I've never got in a 170 or a 175. Alice's are pretty slim in my area, and you just can't seem to find those around here anyways. So I ain't parted any of them out. But W series, I parted out a ton of WCs, WDs, WD45s, but I'm trying to get way far away from all those, the W series anyways. I have this reverse WC here that I'm trying to sell complete because I'm trying to get out of W series. Too many people part them out, and I want to part out something different than what other people part out. But those did get me started on my parting out adventures, but it's just time to move on. But Alice's aren't the only tractors I part out. I part out any brand, make, model, whatever. I parted out a bunch of Olivers and Deers and Internationals. I got a few Olivers still sitting over here. There's a Oliver 70 sitting in there, Oliver 88 diesel sitting right there, and Oliver 88 gas right there with a wide front. And then I've also parted out some Cockshucks. There's a Cockshut 30. So yeah, I have a bunch of Oliver parts, like the from like the 60s up to the 88. I parted out a bunch of the 88s, 77, Super 77, 66, 70, 60, Super 55, and stuff like that. And then on the internationals, parted out a bunch of M and H's. And then I got a 966 sitting right there that has been in a video. I got a 656 over there, a 504 down the hill. Oh shoot. What else have I parted out? I can't remember anything else. I know there's been a couple more, I just can't remember. Yeah, and then on the deers, I've parted out 30-20 gas. Got a 70-20 up there, still complete as of right now. 850 utility. Shoot. Been a couple other of them as well. And then parted out one blue tractor, Ford 4000. But all them parts have pretty much sold by now. And I've also parted out a Ford 2N and whatnot. But oh yeah, and then on the Alice's, I have parted out a bunch of 5040s too. Those tractors are pretty hard to come by, and everyone's always looking for parts for them. Parted out a bunch of them. But other than that, I think I've, for the most part, got everything. I've also parted out a WD-45 diesel. Those are pretty hard to come by. I-600 Industrial Alice. That's a loader backhoe tractor. And a few lawnmowers, a few John Deere lawnmowers like 110s, whatnot. I've parted out 140. But I think that is parted out a bunch of other tractors too. But those are like the main tractors I parted out. At least that I can remember anyways. Parted out way too many to remember everything. But my parts bay is pretty messy. Here's what it looks like from the outside. And it might be a little dark in here, so you guys might not be able to see. But in here, I have tons of shelves all the way to the back. Shelves everywhere. And you guys have seen in previous previous videos how I tag my parts. And that's just for eBay. When I sell the part, it's much easier to find a tag number than the specific part. But when I come in here to put all the parts on the shelf, I have all the parts organized. So like here I got injection pumps, lift cylinders, and then I'm bringing all my brakes and oil pumps up here too. And then here I got my PTO shelf, exhaust and intake manifold shelf, steering column shelf, gas tanks, hydraulic pumps, radiators, cubbies full of stuff. In here, hydraulic valves, lift arms, 6000 series parts, oil coolers, more valves, crankshafts, sheet metal, oil pans, more sheet metal, starters, alternators, flywheels, pressure plates, clutch discs, seats, sheet metal, block, and front timing covers. You can't really see, but more gas tanks. These right here is like gears and stuff. I wish you could see, but you can't really. And this is just miscellaneous top links and other junk. Drawbars. We got some water pumps, oil coolers, more oil coolers, so forth. And then I got grills and hoods, some 6000 series hoods right there, hoods right over there. And then there's this cabinet full of parts, that cabinet full of parts, miscellaneous shelf, valve covers, rocker rails, heads all on there. And then come back here, you guys really can't see, but I have all my hydraulic lines and miscellaneous corner here, all hung up. Fuel tank supports, drawbar hangers, and this is thermostat housings and oil filter assemblies, stuff like that. And then back here I got air intake tubes, air cleaners, more sheet metal, shifter assemblies, dashes, battery boxes, and so forth for but I'm really full in here, so parts are everywhere. So I'm trying to find like 5 acres with a barn and whatnot to buy, even though right now is not the time to buy, but I'm looking pretty hard to find something, just so I can have somewhere else to throw my parts, because I'm full. Outside I got fenders and whatever. I got a rollover plow if anyone's interested right there. Stuff that can sit outside, I let it sit outside, but I really like to keep all my parts inside under the weather, just keep them in better shape. And then out here I got all my rear ends that I have been selling really cheap. So if anyone needs a rear end, or a front end, there's a couple rear ends. Here's a WD-45 diesel rear end. If anyone needs a front end, rear end, whatever, not gonna ship, because the Fastenal closest to me decided to stop shipping stuff. So it'd have to be a pickup only, but I'd sell cheap. Tired of looking at that junk. I'm trying to clean up a little bit before winter here. And then I got my tires finally are getting slimmer, finally. But I got a bunch of tires everywhere that I'd like to see go here too. Here's fuel tank for my 7000. Hopefully it ain't got a pinhole in it. But I got parts everywhere. Hoods for days, front ends for days, rear ends, tires, bunch of little tires there, and so forth. But all my radiators, I send all them off and get tested and cleaned, just so I know they're good, and then I ship them out or put them on eBay, one of the two. I'll leave a link to my eBay store in the description below. If any of you are interested in parts, that's honestly the best place to purchase off of me, is off eBay. I ship off there pretty quick. Normally once it sells, it's either that day I get it shipped or the following day, is normally how quick I get it shipped off eBay. Or you can send a check and I wait on the check to arrive and then I ship the stuff out. But I guess I've parted out a few other things too. Like there's a CA Alice 88 in there, 2 Ford in there, D14 on top of it all, and here's another Cockshut 30. And then yeah, some B's and C's. I parted out a bunch of them too, I guess. But hey, yeah, I think that's a good summary anyway of everything I parted out. It's hard to remember everything. I've been doing this pretty much since I got my license. I've been parting tractors out. But I'll make another video on what got me into this gig, and like yeah, what I was raised doing, and yeah, what got me into this gig and so forth. But yeah, that's a different video, just because I could go on and on talking about that all day. But yeah, see, here's my green parts. I put all the way the valuable stuff I really don't want to get rained on. This stuff can sit outside for a couple days. But it's all listed on eBay already. I've already sold a couple parts out of here. So, and all my tags are written inside. I just need to throw them on and then put it all on the shelf. But my issue is shelf space. So, any of you guys know of like 5 acres with a barn around central Indiana? I'd be interested. I'm not paying no $500,000 for 5 freaking acres. It's just outrageous right now. But if it's something reasonable, then I'll pay it. But I guess I'm probably just gonna have to wait it out, wait for prices to fall, and then figure something out. But I don't know. It's just crazy. But yeah. So I also have this really nice set of 18-434s over here on spin out rims. They're like freaking new. Nice tread, no dry rot. Rims are in excellent shape that I have for sale too. But I really need to get the motor out of this tractor. This is one of the tractors off that 190 load. I just ain't got to it yet. I sold the middle rear end. Didn't even have to touch it. I sold it complete. But I still have the other 2 tractors. The one I'm working on, and the other one, yeah, I ain't had time to tear apart yet. But yeah, I think that's about it. At least on my parts inventory. Sure, I'm missing a few things. I should have wrote it all down. But that gives you guys a good idea anyways. And if you need any parts for your tractors, feel free to find me on Facebook or eBay. And I'll also leave my email in the description below. So there's 3 places you can find me at. And we can get in touch on some parts or so forth. So I know this was a talking video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I guess, yeah, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button for me. And stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching.